Welcome everyone. This is my second try doing this. My first try, I did, I had, I was able to only pause it once. I'm hoping that it changes this time. Am I even, is my voice even recording? Yes it is. Okay, so, yeah. I tried to pause it twice, it only paused one time, and that was annoying because once it paused, it crashed paint.net and then it crashed OBS Studio, so I couldn't upload what I already recorded because it didn't turn into an MP4 file and only was an MKV file. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to continue. So, okay, I should probably also remove these things that I always remove and then just move these things around to the recording spots. So, how Sudan finished their civil war and they thought that they could attack Egypt. So, what they do, they declare war on Egypt. Now, Egypt was not prepared for this, or held for this, so Sudan of would push into Egypt, having trouble over here in the desert, and would push into here into these lands very easily, and even following the coast to try to restrict Egypt from the coast. Oh yeah, right. I forgot to explain. I remove all alliances and scenarios like these, and all relations, all pacts. The civil wars and rebellions that are happening stay the same though. So like Myanmar, that they're starting a civil war. So yeah. Anyways, they just continue pushing in, and like this having like some difficulty over here, but not as much as they are having over here because of the Sahara and over here is the Nile, I'm pretty sure. But then Egypt arrives, kicks them out from over here, here, and Sudan didn't really see this as a loss. What they do see as a loss, though, is over here when they start to lose some land and in Egypt and same with near here because Egypt has some like desert forces. So for a while this and so Sudan begins conscripting and sending a bunch of men over there to reinforce the front lines. Heinz Heinz so it just stays like that for a while. Over there, though over here Egypt has special desert forces that is entering Sudan, and so they can hopefully take out Sudan, and by going through the Sahara. Anyways, when they get to about this point, we we see Chad, CAL, South Sudan, and Ethiopia all joining the war on Egypt's side because of of rebels over here, and they are all involved in the war, including Egypt. Egypt is also involved in the war. And then we see Libya on the side of Sudan. I don't really know what their stance is in real life. All I know is that their land over here that is just that is in the Sudanese versus with the Sudanese was involved in the Sudanese civil war. And I put them on the red side not because I know they support Sudan. I don't think they support Sudan. I don't know if they support Sudan. I don't know if they support Japan either. But I do know that they do not like Chad because of the Toyota War. Anyways, Hayes, Libya would just send a hunt of forces into Chad. But Chad isn't really focused on Chad colony, and neither is any of any of the other nations down here. They instead are focused on taking land, is focused on occupying land from Sudan, and they do succeed, because Sudan was not expecting the South and West to hack them. So, yeah. Yeah, I also didn't explain. I was going to make that map that I explained yesterday into a series where we saw the fruits of that world, but I lost the map. I forgot to record it, and I just restart. I forgot to save the map, so I just restarted my computer. So yeah. Anyways, now Sudan has to send people out of here, out of Egypt, which makes Egypt able to attack them, and they get all of the coast of Sudan, and once again attacks over here. And with all of, and while they are being squeezed on all sides, they surrender. And now we have all the forces just focusing on Libya now. Their entire army has to move out of, is kicked out of Chad, and now we see the massive assault. Like I use the word assault like a lot, but what I mean is like occupy, occupy something, occupation. Yes, the huge occupation of Libya in the war, and they almost take all of the coast until they reach this point, and Libya surrenders. Okay, now let's hope I can pause this because I had to restart my entire computer because of the mistake. So, now I will go into the details of the peace treaty and the entire and the gains of every nation if they do have gains.